Thanks for the update, Coach. All right.
Trent, how are you feeling?
I feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel good.
Were you concerned at all?
Nah. It was more of a maintenance deal. I didn't like sustain any injury in practice. I know how it came out that day, but that didn't even have nothing to do with what I was. I actually had already had that thing planned before practice. So
Just kind of wear and tear.
yeah. It's just I'm old.
What are your impressions of the young guy Jalen Moore and how he handled all the reps that he took this last week?
Oh, I think he did very well. I think Jalen has every day has got better. Every day he's added to his toolbox. He listens. He's very coachable. He's just a humble guy. I think he's going to be an outstanding football player if he keep going in the direction he's headed in now.
How does a possible quarterback platoon rotation affect you and other linemen, knowing that all of a sudden Trey might be in the huddle and you might be talking different?
Nah, I mean the only thing different is they call it zone read or whatever. But I mean you just do what the play is called in the huddle. It ain't like you got to block it different because somebody else is back there. I mean, and when it comes to the passing game, I don't really think, okay, just trade back there, let me block it a certain way. We kind of do our thing and then they do their thing. So.
What happened on that play yesterday where you got out there a little too quick and the ball caught you?
I ain't gonna throw nobody under the bus. We just had a mishap, so I hate y'all had to catch that. That was definitely a blooper.
They underestimate your speed to be able to get out there?
Nah, it wasn't that. I think we had some depth issues from the screener, so that's why it should be a play that gets thrown behind the line, so it'll make it legal for me to come upfield. So.
How was Nick yesterday or the last couple of days?
Oh, Nick has been outstanding. Nick is, I don't even know how he could have got stronger, but he did. Very few people come back from a major injury and are better than they was when they left. And I played Nick before he left, and I played him when he got back, and he's better. So it's definitely good news for the faithful.
In what ways is he better other than just being strong?
Nick is a very sharp guy. It's all between his ears. He was just blessed with the ability and having the body to do so, but it's all between his ears. So. He definitely got stronger. You can definitely feel his play strength. You can feel that off the bat. But honestly, I think he's just such a smart guy and just staying around the game and staying steady the game. I think his mind always kind of stays sharp, and you can see. I feel like he came back with a recipe of moves just for me. So, I know he's been mentally going through it. So it's definitely exciting though to get a player like that to come back and for him to go through what he went through and to still be a better player than he was before. I think that's outstanding.
How much does it help you having someone like him when you only have 3 preseason games to get ready? It's
Yeah.
a little bit different, but to get ready for the season.
Oh yeah, he definitely fast tracks the development. He knocks the rust off really quick because you just got to be on your toes with him at all times. Every single play is literally not a playoff. He finds a way to be effective on plays that he's not even supposed to be near the ball. So I think it helps me because it makes me focus in. It keeps me sharp. It just makes me hone in on the little things that you can take for granted when you get deep off in the camp like this.
As a unit, as an offense, you guys feel like 3 preseason games enough to get you guys sharp and ready for game 1?
Well, we don't really. The preseason games are the games, is what they are, but we get most of our work done out here on the practice field, as y'all see. So I don't think any starter would get as many reps as they do in practice in the preseason. So I think all our work is done out here on these practice fields, and I think it's coming together. I like where we're at. Obviously, we got to put it together on Sunday to make it, something that's real, but I like where we're at this point.
Couple more?
With Nick yesterday, I think there was one rep where he had a good bull rush on you, and I think you outweigh him by 50 pounds or so. If you're explaining to a layman, what's the key for a defensive end to build all that leverage to have an effective bull rush, just like being a smaller person?
the natural progression. We go backwards, they go forward, so it automatically gives you a little momentum. But I mean, with Nick, you got to worry about so much. The bull is kind of the last thing on your mind because, like you said, I weigh him about I don't know how many pounds, but a lot. So I'd rather take getting ran over to the quarterback than getting beat clean, and then Lord knows what he can do to a quarterback if he got a free run at him. So, I mean, with Nick, that just makes him so special is that you got so many things to worry about, and hey, you got the power as well. So, I mean, when you're a lineman, you gotta you can't take away everything from a great pass rusher. You kind of gotta, live and die with some things. But I mean, to answer your question, I think that was maybe a one-on-one rep, and yeah, he just stopped his initial move. He turned it into a power. I was definitely wasn't expecting the power. So yeah, like I said, he's came back stronger. He's came back better. I mean, I'm excited for everybody to see him on Sunday. Well, not this Sunday, obviously, but in Detroit.
George describes both Bosa brothers as like water flowing downhill, as to describe the ease of movement. Are there any other defensive linemen you've gone up against that are that fluid, that kind of can change between things that easily?
I mean, I'm going against some pretty good rushers. I mean that. Yeah, so I mean, there are guys who can move very fluid, but it's very few that have it all like he has. There's very few that can move that fluid, can also move you off the spot with strength, and can also run by you or can also finesse you with an inside move. So I think that's what makes his so special. But yeah, him and his brother. I mean, you see, they top talents in the league, so I mean, that's no surprise there. So yeah, they're very fluid. It's like like Cal said all the time, like they were born to pass rush.
Last one.
What's your relationship like with the D linemen? Like after those one-on-one drills, I see you going over there and shaking hands and slapping five. I mean, usually it's offensive linemen stick with their group and defensive linemen, and the two don't meet. But you seem to do some mingling.
No, I mean, I'm one of those guys that just try to create synergy, man, bring people together. I mean, even though you might not see us talk as much on the field, but in the locker rooms, we're blended. So, I mean, for me, during one-on-ones, there's a time for us to focus on different type of things. I mean, they know it's pass, we know it's pass. There's not really any deception there. So we got to work on techniques and things where we want to take to the game. And there's no better chance in working it than one-on-one. So, most of the times when we're talking and high-fiving, we're kind of just going over moves. I'm asking them what they see. They're asking me, what I've seen out of them. We're just trying to find ways to get better.
Thanks, Trent.
Already.
Hey, faithful, click here to subscribe.